Okay, Amber, a brief review to hammer home some of the points that we made during the week. The one from the face-on view, the one habit we want to try to get away from as much as possible is swaying off the ball, and you did a very good job with that throughout the week. If you notice, your much less weight is to that right side. Now, I would keep that feeling of your hips being in the box here, which is excellent right here. This is very good. All the way through. Try to work hard with that wedge outside in the outside of your foot or a golf ball that you step on, and just feel yourself staying more centered, because this position is excellent for your backswing. Okay. Now, as far as your game is concerned, yesterday I put your grip back to a little bit neutral. I think that's going to be a work in progress. You're going to have to play with that. What I did was everything to try to create as much as possible this shape to your shot, a draw, because that will keep the over the top out of your game. Okay, and we really tried to flatten your swing. We tried to get it feeling horizontal as much as possible, and get your arms a little further behind you so they're not lifted. And this is much different than we had on Monday, where your shoulders were very steep and your arms were straight up over your head. You're on a much different plane there. And that's what I tried to do for you mostly, was get you on a little bit of a flatter plane, a little more horizontal plane, particularly on your downswing. It can be overdone on your backswing. It can't be overdone on your downswing. From there, I wouldn't go quite as far as you go. I would like to see your backswing end right there. That's plenty. When that club gets parallel to the line and parallel to the ground, I think you've got plenty of torque. And you're not going to lose any distance, and you're going to gain a lot of control and accuracy if you could shorten it a little bit. Because when you do cross the line, you lose control over it, and it also steepens it. Some of your steepness comes from the club crossing the line at the top. Okay, so you have to get that club down from the inside. And the last pointer I want to make for you is you're no longer going to have to shrug your shoulders and tense up at the upper body like that. Just let your shoulders relax and make sure that your hand pass stays nice and in. This is pretty acceptable right here. The one thing for you that we worked on throughout the game is definitely, absolutely stand further from the golf ball. And that goes for your short shots too. Some of the shanks that you hit on your short shots are definitely the result of crowding the golf ball too much. So I want to pass, I want this much or more for two reasons. More room to swing from the inside, and it flattens the plane. Okay, think about it, if you stood back here, everybody would have a very flat plane to play golf. So when you get tight, you're promoting your bad habit, which is upright. But I applaud the way you made your adjustment, because that is a much better position from which to come down. Now, as I said, we watched the video of Sergio Garcia, the hands simply fall down from there. Now your irons are still steep. See that you weren't so steep with your driver, but you're still going forward with your irons like this. Let the hands fall. Bring the Sergio video up for you so you can see what the difference is. And then you keep working with the ball above your feet. I cannot tell you any drill that would be healthier for your golf swing than to hit golf ball side hill lie with the ball above your feet. Such as that, as serious a hill as you can. Spend the whole summer hitting balls on a hill with the ball above your feet. Down here in Florida, some of those hills, you're free to come down and use that board that I have. But down in Florida, these hills are hard to find. But I'm sure you will find some up in Philadelphia. That would be easy to do. So we want you to get oriented to a horizontal golf swing. and what that might look like from a professional standpoint. And I advise all my students to watch golf on TV as much as possible to get a feeling of how these professionals do it, because there's nothing wrong with feeling how the arms drop like that. It's a beautiful fall of his arms. There's no tension, there's no nothing. His arms are just dropping, and it's putting his club on that. So you have to feel turn and drop. That drill I gave you where you turn and just hit the ground behind you, that's what you want to feel. So you don't want to lean in. You don't have to lean in. You want to stay balanced. You see you're going toward the ball there. That's going to create the shank too. Keep yourself in the box here. Now, when you dive down like that, what do you have to do to avoid the ground is that you have to jump up out of it and then make the arm a chicken wing and then pull up. So we're trying to keep you just level. Get your chin off of your chest. If you notice, all these great players are turning their body and following down the line. You don't want to keep your head buried in your chest too long like that. That's going to force you up out of it, and you're still looking down at the ground here. So it's just a matter of getting used to a different shape of the golf swing, and that would be the flatter swing into the ball, stand further, keep your grip a little stronger, and you'll learn that the fat shots will go away, and then you'll stop reacting to the fat shots like that. Okay, it was a pleasure having you in school. I hope it helps, and keep in touch with it through the app.